All right, so my video for today, I'm just going to talk a little bit about rockets and sizing. A lot of people on my channel, especially the new subscribers, thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate you guys watching my videos and subscribing. As always, it's very much appreciated. And I actually did initially, when I first started, go on YouTube to see if I can find information on rockets, how they work, different sizes. And if you notice, when you go to like the websites like Power Creations or Woody's, a lot of times they'll take the picture up close so it shows you the rocket tooling and it looks a lot bigger than what it is. Then you end up getting the firework and you're like, or the rockets, and you're like, man, these are pretty small. So this right here is the 1/4 inch, which is the smallest rocket that you can make, buy the tooling for. And this is a cord rocket. So this was what I started with, but I noticed that when I was hand ramming these guys, sometimes the tube would split. So this is like one of the easiest, most forgiving beginner rockets that you can get. These you can launch in your backyard, no issues. They don't have enough force to break windows and do damage, but they can be dangerous. So don't say that because it's such a small rocket it won't do anything, because even a moon traveler can get you and hurt you. But this right here is the 5/16 rocket. It's also cord because it's got the spindle. The 5/16 I actually really like because it has a much bigger tube, obviously, than your 1/4 inch. You can see the diameters there. This one produces a lot of power. If you look at my last video, it lifted a 1.75 inch shell. I don't know, 75 feet, maybe 100 feet, and it fell back down, but it still carried it. So this guy is a really strong rocket, which I enjoy. And if you were trying to figure out which rocket to start on or which rocket tooling to start on, I would suggest the 5/16. It's overall a good rocket, nice tubes. If you buy the kit, you get 25 tubes, and then you get the tooling, which it comes with a solid and a hollow rammer. So 5/16 is a really good rocket to start on. Then you go up to your 1/2 inch, also cord. So the 1/2 inch tubes are going to be slightly larger than your standard rockets, which normally when you buy bottle rockets from the fireworks store, the tents, or whatever, they generally don't come this size. They come in a 3/8 inner diameter, which is the next size up before. It's a little bit bigger than the 5/16, but it's smaller than your 1/2 inch. So this here is a 1/2 inch rocket or a 1/2 inch rocket, and I've actually seen some of the rockets that I bought, like the Texas Pop rocket, stuff like that. Those rockets have a smaller inner diameter and the tube's a lot smaller. So this guy is a pretty strong rocket, if you will. This one is good for lifting your shells. 1.75 inch shells are perfect for this size. And my old video, like I mentioned, we've already tried lifting it with that, and it worked, but it didn't go up as high. So this one's going to be where you want to start off with your shells. 1.75, 1/2 inch shell. Those are the smaller shells. 1/2 inch rocket is what you want to start off with. Now you're going to see things like when you go on buy rocket tools, you're going to see something like 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 4 ounce. So your 1/4 inch ID is 1 ounce. Your 5/16 is going to be a 2 ounce. The 1/2 inch is 4 ounce. 5/8 inner diameter is going to be 8 ounce. And then you're going to see this guy here, which is the 3/4, which is the 1 pound. So that's how they're labeled, the rockets. The pound, it doesn't mean that it carries a pound of composition. It's just the way they word it. I actually don't really understand why they call it that, but that's just what it's called. And I know when I used to look for rockets, I would see 1 ounce, 2 ounce tooling. And I'm like, what is that? Oh, that must mean that's how much it can carry. So then you'll buy a 1 ounce, and then it's like, oh, shoot, that's too small. So I just want to throw that out there real quick before I forgot. So that's your 1/2 inch. Here is the cohete, they call it, the 5/8 inner diameter, which is much bigger. You can see. Now, mind you, it doesn't matter the tube size. You don't really base your rocket power off of that or how much it can, you can compact into it. It's the inner diameter, so you can see it's much larger, and they're almost about the same size. So the rocket length of the tube isn't really a huge factor. Now, it does matter when it comes to your tooling. You don't want a tube that's too short or too long, but that's your 5/8 right there. So this is really good power right here as well. This one, along with even the 5/16 will give you that nice whoosh, but the 1/2 inch and above is usually where you get that nostalgic rocket sound that everybody likes. And then here's the largest one that I got, which I just posted a video on yesterday, which is the 3/4 inch or the 1 pound rocket. This guy is a 7.5 inch tube. This one I had to trim because I was doing some testing on it, so that's why it's a little bit smaller. But this guy right here, I haven't used yet, so I'm assuming it has a lot of power because it's got a very long spindle. And like I mentioned before, your spindle length is where your power's at. Anything else above is just your delay charge or whatever it is. So I'm assuming this guy, since it's such a large rocket, and I'll show you the two comparisons here, not only on length, but the diameter. You can definitely tell this thing's much bigger. This one's gonna have a lot of power. Now, when it comes to the black powder rockets, I'm comparing them all with that. Now, whistle rockets are completely different. They have way different power, way more thrust, more powerful than the black powder, make a lot of cool noises and stuff. But for your standard starting out, you're trying to figure out how to do certain things or trying to make rockets, black powder is usually the start. You could do sugar rocket on any of these. This one here, the long spindle, the Super BP, can be used with your sugar rocket. This one is labeled under sugar rocket or Super BP. That's fine. You can use sugar for these, but they're mainly meant for the black powder, so I don't really use them for sugar. But pretty much I just wanted to talk a little bit about the rockets and the sizes and how they're labeled on the internet when you see them. If you have any questions, you can just comment down below, and I'm sure others will chime in and kind of mention things that I may have forgot or, not mentioned or, said something wrong about. But other than that, this is going to do it for this video. So just stay tuned for the rocket testing, which I plan on doing one of each of the sizes that I have. I do have other tools, stingers, buzz bombs and all that, but I'm not going to do that for now. I'm going to do one of each rocket, and when I get a chance, I want to launch these off so we can see the difference in heights, the sounds of how they take off, and I may take the drone up to represent how high it's going to go. So I'll start off at a couple hundred feet and we'll work our way up. But anyways, that's it for now, and thank you all for watching.